Yeah, not on that Baltimore time. Trust me, never on that Baltimore time. See, I could probably make this quick or I could make this last 4 hours. But a lot of shit has to be said that a lot of people are afraid to say. There's a lot of fence sitting motherfuckers in this space. You know, what's up, Last Zulu? What's up, Dre? What's up, Little Rock? There's some fence sitting motherfuckers in this space, if I ever seen some. And you'll come on to places like here and others, but then you'll co sign what simp ass niggas will say. For what? Clout? See, I'm one of the guys who pride themselves. I don't have to talk shit about women. I never did. I just tell the truth. And see, when you tell the truth about a situation or a person, you'll always get the fucking shutdown treatment. What happened? I went two in a row in a debate with two Looney Tunes with different subject matter. One says the greatest enemy we have as black women, as black men, are the black women. And the other one said we're cowardly if we lead them. See, a lot of motherfuckers want to ride the coattails of men who put in work. And I think it's crazy because you look at guys like Amiri and others, they want to criticize the black man, but yet you ain't got no smoke for that bitch when she destroys your family. And trust me, there's some shit I could talk about what black men need to do is actually form up like Voltron and get your shit together. And when I tell black men get your shit together, I very rarely hear any type of noise, any deference, any disagreements. You get your mind right, your body right, your money right, your soul right, your attitude right, and everything will be all right eventually. Some things may take longer than others, but results are coming. But I can't stand a fence sitter, a flip flopper, a man who can't sway one way or the other. Got to sit on that fence. You got to sit on that fence and actually co sign bullshit. Known, educationally debunked bullshit. And that really gets me fucking fired, man. Here it is. I'm trying to do whatever I do to keep my business going by getting different levels of certifications for instructor, networking, going through the trenches and the grind. But yet, I'm a black man who's a father. I don't take care of my son. Many of you are black men who are fathers. You don't take care of your children. See, we have a very, very disgustingly unspoken rule about the fucking fence sitter. I don't know. I'll say this. I think the fence sitter is one step away from the male feminist. Because how you gonna co-sign a dude talking negatively about you, and then somehow make your way back up to these red pill spaces and say, "Yeah, tell them bitches off. Tell them bitches about themselves." No, nigga, because just the other day you over there kissing them bitches' asses, and they calling you all kinds of swine. And see, the problem is that in the black manosphere, we can actually differentiate levels of red pill. We can actually differentiate the good black women from the not so damn good black women. When, oh, when are we going to have this serious talk? See, it's like I told that brother last night on the Prophet of Thought channel when he hilariously lost the debate to yours truly. The sickest thing about you, black man, is you so worried about that bitch that you not forming up like Voltron with your brothers. And then the other guy told him, yes, if black women say they don't need a man, make it a self fulfilling prophecy. Leave them alone until they are willing to come back to the table and negotiate with all of our demands. At least 85% of them. Then no, die alone. Buy the dog. If you go to the Baltimore Police Department, there's plenty of women who've done that. Instead of working on being a better woman, I've seen so many of them buy dogs. And then we have this male feminist. Well, the black man need to hurry up and get this. He need to take the responsibility of his children, which the government already said we do. See, I said this on the Prophet of Thought, man. Don't debate me with no 5-year-old fucking subject matter. Don't debate me on no 7-year-old subject matter. Don't debate me on something that all of our fucking intellectuals thoroughly debunked. Don't do it. Don't do it. And shout out to little Big Nate who was wiping his ass with that one dude, Solar. He ought to call himself like Sparkle because he was sounding more like Sparkle than Solar. There's a reason why you rarely see motherfuckers come debate me. Because I'm gonna make you look stupid. You won't see a Murray come over here. He wants to stay over there where it's safe. I'm from the camp of the Angry Man, BGS, and Cerulean. Well, we'll come to your house, take a shit, not flush. You want to debate? Hey, I went to Cynthia G's channel. I met up with Cynthia G. She came over here. I made her run. Hey, claim to fame. I'm going to claim it. See, the reason why I'm warning you about the fence sitter is because, a lot of motherfuckers need to say, where are you now? Are you down for my brothers and the sisters that want to see a betterment of the black community? Or are you going to be talking about fucking 7-year-old fucking issues? Are you going to be telling black men what they should do? Or are you going to support black men in all of their endeavors? Give black men a reason why they shouldn't look for love elsewhere. No, it's too damn much like work. And too many of you femtards are supporting this shit. And see, I'm going to mention his name again, Mary. You forget that I remember a lot of shit in this space. When Cynthia G didn't fuck with you anymore, what happened? You started a little campaign for a few months trying to talk shit about her and trying to gain favor of the black manosphere. But, you know, old simp habits surely die hard. You went where the money is, you Dollar Tree version of Derek Jackson gear. And it's funny. I'm not even going to mention names of the fence sitters I know. But if you're smart, you'll pretty much figure it out. See, the fence sitter is like a Benedict Arnold in the waiting. They'll betray you because they see the dollar signs the bitches will give just to hear somebody talk nice to them. Remember that. Just to hear somebody talk nice to them. But as soon, and Mary should know this fucking lesson because of dealing with Cynthia G and her camp. As soon as you say something that's contrary to their beliefs, they will expel you faster than God did Lucifer out of heaven. I mean, thunderbolt you right out of heaven. You will be shit and mud to them. See, the least you can do is talk about having a successful marriage without shitting on black men for the sake of trying to please a bunch of raggedy bitches who won't even see an altar, even if they stepped in a church. But this fence sitter and fence sitters who condone this bullshit, and you've been in this space good and goddamn well to see what the brothers are talking about, I'm gonna look at you with the side eye. I'm gonna look at you with the side eye. Because one thing I can't stand is disloyalty. I can't stand a disloyal motherfucker. If you don't like this space, pick a goddamn side. Shout out to Greg. It more internal. Woo! See, I wish sometimes I never took this red pill. But you gotta think about it. I was this way before we even had a name for this shit. Because, like every good fella, when they're an adolescent, in the black community, you were taught stringently how to be a good man. The type of man, what it do. You're taught how to be a good man. The type of man mama wish she could have got. Not a functional man, not a good man, but an on point simp. Because, chicks don't really like it when you tell them no. And y'all don't mind me being real, right? When you notice all the chicks are fucking all the bad boys, you say, wait a minute, something not computing. This program does not compute. And it's very few times you'll even go through rage. I don't even think I had that much of a rage period, if any. I was like, oh, so this is the bullshit I gotta wake up to. This is the heartache. You're never gonna truly be respected. Interesting. You constantly have babies by niggas who don't take care of them, but then you whine to me about not taking care of them, but you go to another nigga just exactly like them. See, which we have in retrospect are the simps who do it because they believe it and because they want the money. And it's filth. And then you have the people who come over to places like this and then go over there to support niggas like that. I look at chats. I look at chats all the time. I'm like Superman when he's looking at Earth with his telescopic vision, so far that he can't be detected, but so close he can see everything. Waiting in the wings. Waiting in the wings. See, every black man should teach his son or his mentee how to become independent. Because when you're independent, you become an independent thinker, and that raises growth. See, once you have a hive mind for so long, you become stagnant. And stagnant water and stagnant anything pretty much is diseased. And see, I see people who will come to our spaces 1 minute. Yeah, yeah, tell that bitch off. Yeah, tell that bitch. They'll go right over there, sucking their asses, playing videos, of incel behavior, and then blaming all the black men like this. And I tell you, confused motherfuckers, either we fucking all the bitches and leaving them mothers, or we're not fucking at all. Pick a struggle. Which one is it? Hmm. But when black men said, you know, I'll pick up my bag and I'm gonna go where I'm celebrated since I ain't shit. Okay, I ain't shit. Let me go. Why you going? Because you said I ain't shit. No. Why do you want to be with a man so badly if he ain't shit? Oh, because that shit is the only thing you have in your possession. Because once even shit leaves you and dissolves, you're alone. But the fence sitter won't even be having the balls to correct the nature and the false statements of a male feminist. What good are you to the community if you're going to galvanize a fucking liar? I'm going to say that again. What good are you to the community if you're going to sit on that damn fence and galvanize a liar? See, it's some funny shit. You know, a lot of these male feminists want to be like, well, brothers want to get away from child support. But how many bitches lie and say he's not taking care of the kids, keep the kids away, and he's paying child support? If black women were doing such a fucking good job, why is it that every time you see a nest of single mothers, you see a fucking community of failure? I'll wait. I'll wait. I think black men for a whole generation needs to leave the fucking continental United States and let these bitches stew. And don't come back until you bring wives from other countries to replace them. See, that's the reason why you're a man. Fertilizer can actually make things grow, but that's only when you believe in cultivation. Okay? A lot of these chicks don't believe in cultivating their own children. How do you miseducate your sons and compete with your daughters for men? I'll wait. When do you when do you really hear about black fathers trying to date their fucking sons' girlfriends? When do you see black fathers have pictures of their son or their daughters dressing up as Spider Gwen and kissing them in the lips upside down? But we the ones who created this fucking shit. Every time black men leave the community or forced out the community goes in decay. But yet, the black men are like the Moors. We gotta teach these bitches how to clean themselves. We gotta teach them how to cook, how to take care of kids, how to read the kids, how to maintain a house. And the thanks we get is betrayal. Oh, but these fence sitters will sit up in your face and talk about the struggles of black men. But if that black woman shining a nice little quarter or a nickel in her face, he's gonna go right over to that side and pick it up with his fucking foul ass beak. Naughty Mac said, or about the black woman asked on the street who talked about sleeping with a black man and his mother at the same time. Yeah, what kind of filth is that? What type of filth is that? When do you hear black male parents, black fathers, ever conducting any filth with their kids like that? See, I'm really. What's up, Mike? You off tonight, Mike? I'm gonna say some real shit to y'all. I'm starting to believe that black women, at least 95% of them, have some type of mental illness. Like, I would really go to the world court and petition that no black child should be raised by a black woman. Look at the failure rate. How does a black mother raise her sons, her three sons, in a crime infested, roach infested, rat infested, drug infested neighborhood, and all three of her sons die? One gets in a gang, gets in a shootout, boom, dies. Another son at the funeral gets in a shootout, dies. The other son tries to avenge the first two, gets in a shootout, dies. How the fuck is it that one part of our species creates so much fucking failure? Congratulations, black women and male feminists. You have done what slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights, and crack cocaine could not do. Destroy and decimate the black society and family in its totality. You have done it. Congratulations. Hand claps. Hand claps. Hand claps. But when I bring this shit up, this is all I get. This is all I get. That's all I get. When I bring up how black women consciously raise their sons to be weak, won't even give the sons at least to their fathers. For what? For what? Because, you know, I gotta ask this question, fence sitter. Why don't you openly open your mouth and hold these feminists and these feminazis accountable? You know why? because the money and the admiration looking too good, my nigga. You rather deflect, my nigga. You know? Who was it? The Tuchikage? When he was called the Great Fence Sitter? And he was actually mocked by the other fucking ninja? Because he couldn't make a decision to save his life? See, men are supposed to be like stone. When you take the stone out the firmament, out the foundation, it's just sand and clay, and it sinks. And this is what the fucking black community in America has become. Every time you try to save it, every time you try to build a man's confidence, it sinks. And here it is. You got these undecisive, don't want to hurt nobody's feeling motherfuckers wanting to be accepted by both sides. That is another form of cowardice. Okay? That is another form of cowardice. That is another form of fucking cowardice. See, when you got a guy who doesn't want to make a decision about if he's on your side or not, or he flip flops, people like that are liable to get you fucking killed. It's no different than what my homeboy said. Any man that'll sleep with your woman is the same man that'll get you killed. All these traits that are negative in the black community, have you noticed you see the same shit on YouTube? You can't even talk logically to an illogical motherfucker so they can see the flaws in their fucking ways and build a better black society. No, they just want to bitch, moan, and complain. How can I fucking trust you? It's no difference than what I used to say to my ex, who's a fucking sergeant. How the fuck can I trust you if you're always in competition with me? Nobody will back me up. Gee, I wonder fucking why. But there goes that one friend who fence sits, sees her behavior and how she treats people like me. But then when I go the fuck off, that's when I get my respect. But now that same motherfucking friend did you dirty. Oh, you don't bang with that person, huh? Oh, but when I said she did me dirty, you didn't give a fuck. You were nonchalant. But now that she hurt your feelings, I love you. Well, fuck you too. Shout out to Volcanus. Woo! Famous Davis, you were absolutely right. I broke one of my cardinal rules. Never date anybody on your fucking job. Never. You know why? Because you got to see that bitch every day. And see, it's funny. I'll tell you. See, this is the funniest part about old Falk Man. Faulkner Man will tell you his mistakes for brothers not to make them. And it was so funny because we were so in quote unquote bullshit love When the fucking New Year struck, or the end of the year, when we had to pick our days off, we were in the same leave group. So, for those of you who are not familiar with that type of work schedule, we were off the same days and work the same days. Meaning, I seen her ass pretty much every fucking day after we pretty much stopped fucking with each other. It was so bad and noticeable. You could be standing right between. You could stand right in front of us, speaking to both of us, and we won't say a word to each other, but we'll talk to you. That person does not exist. And it was like, oh, why did you do her like that? You broke her heart. No, that's that bitch. And now, when it's that bitch, and they know it's that bitch because the bitch did the same bitch ass shit to them, now those people can't even speak to me and look me in my fucking eye because I was right. You know what, Mike? You're right. Stop holding doors for bitches. Let them suffer. Let them. They're strong and independent. Let's see that vaunted Herculean strength that you speak so valiantly about. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. There's a reason why a man like me hates a fence sitter. You'll try to get views off of my intellectual property of me debunking various people in the fucking manosphere. I even told Xavier, how long have I been in this space? He said for years, man, 5, 6, 7 years. I said, have you ever seen me lost a debate yet? He says, no. I said, if you're going to debate me on how can we get black men better than us for the next generation or two. Don't debate me on should we leave these women alone or not. That's old fucking shit. Black men are men. A man makes a decision and sticks with it until something else comes up better. But what did these niggas argue me about? Shit that I already put to sleep 5 years ago. Shout out to Volcanus again. Brother, you completely decimated the opposition on last night's panel. Shout out to you for the support. Woo! See, and shout out to Volcanus, F. Holiday, and others who always salute and always, tag. Because this is black male media that speaks out for you. Not everybody has the voice. Not everybody has to. Everybody just needs to put their part in of the support. See, there's no shame. When I came to the Army, I was a quartermaster guy. I love doing the bath and laundry. I love doing the supply. But, you know, when they asked me to do tactical shit, when I went to Iraq, when I got tried out for the QRF, made it, and we did the tactical, went through tactical training, did it live exercise, I did tactical shit. Remember, the Army always runs on its belly, which is code for the Army always run off of its support systems. You guys and girls of the Black Manosphere, you are the support system. You are the blood. I don't give a damn what Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 did to the Bin Laden raid. If they didn't have those helicopter pilots, if they weren't sufficiently supported, if the supplies were not done, mission would be fucking a failure. So I want you to remember that. And I salute everybody who does. We have to support each other. I want to see, you know, guys like Angry Man reach 100,000 to 1,000,000. BGS, Dr. Neil, Dr. T, Green Gorilla, Mr. Z. I want to see them guys make 100,000 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers. I want to see them. You know why? Because guess what? We are a reflection of ourselves. We are a reflection of ourselves. I've said this to you, black man. We have enemies on all sides. We have no allies except each other. And the few black women that love us and proven that they love us, here it is. Chicks I knew for 5, 6, 7 years ago talking shit about my business, my GoFundMe. And you wonder why I can easily say women have no integrity. But you fucking fence sitters will not say a goddamn word while you over there listening to that rhetoric. Think about it. I'm talking to you now, Amiri. You repugnant bastard. You preach all this shit on black men, but yet, no offense, because I don't want to talk too badly about your kid. When your daughter wanted to have a baby, one, was she married? Two, was it by a black man? Three, was it something that the village decided or she decided? Let's be open. Because you even said on your podcast, well, you tell them that you hope they follow. So you're not in a fucking patriarchy if you hope they follow. Because if you were really truly a patriarch, they will follow or else. But back to the more important shit. You'll have these fence sitting ass niggas who will say, well, these black women need to stop twerking. But they be like, yeah, they doing that for black men. No, they're not. That senator from Rhode Island, she's a part of the Elizabeth community. She's twerking on a handstand, which is a known stripper technique, saying, vote for me. She doesn't even date nor like men. Vote for me. This is what happens when the vaunted independence of the black woman gets a little political power. You literally have the vice president of the United States admitting that she loves and listens to Cardi B. It's amazing that the first black president had to be squeaky clean, but you had to admit to listening to a chick that admitted to drugging, robbing, and sometimes having men sexually assaulted by transgender women while they were drugged. Bill Cosby was alleged, never proven, alleged. As a matter of fact, many of those women were found to commit perjury, but once again, under perjury, you should serve time in prison. Why aren't those women who lied in jail? But yet, Cardi B literally admitted to crimes, and not one fucking thing was done. Not one fucking thing was done. But you won't hear motherfuckers like fence sitters or Amiri say any shit like that. Because if what's good for the goose better be goddamn good for the gander. But yet, the only people who speak about this are black male media. They want to praise her for being. How the fuck do you have a fucking liar and a known domestic abuser and Megan Thee Stallion speak with one of the senior members of fucking Congress, Maxine Waters? Nobody sees a problem. How the fuck does ignorant ass Cardi B hold session and interview with the then future president of the United States, Joe Biden? Really? You telling me Robert F. Smith was too busy? You telling me Byron Allen, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Dr. T was out at a barbecue with some shit? Dr. Ronnie Neal was out on vacation. BGS was in Costa Rica. Angry Man was out there, in Blair Card or something. But you pick Cardi the fuck out of here. Oh no, they'll never say anything wrong about Hugh Hefner. They'll never say anything wrong. Think about it. How is R. Kelly in jail, but Jada Pinkett fucked underage dudes? How is R. Kelly in jail for statutory rape, but Jada Pinkett was sleeping with not only underage dudes but vulnerable adults? Because August Alsina is on medication heavily, and without it, he gets heavily depressed and he gets heavily easy to suggestion, which makes him a vulnerable adult. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How does R. Kelly go to jail and none of the parents face conviction? Not even a trial? No CPS? No child protective services? No outcry? How does his sister, who physically and sexually abused Robert Kelly, why doesn't her face get lambasted across the paper? How was this shit? Yeah, you know what? Exactly, man. Exactly. Yep. And now, 40-year-old woman who allegedly peed on R. Kelly supposed to testify. Oh, they don't want to bring up Elvis. What was she, like, fucking 13 or 12? We really gotta see. We got a dire issue in Black America. When the fuck did our worst become our representatives? But we can't talk about the Dr. Kings and the brother, you know, Elite Shabazz, you know, Malcolm X. We can't talk about that because, black women will quote Malcolm X saying they're unprotected, but those same black women will come around the fence and say that, oh, Malcolm was allegedly gay. Get the fuck out of here, you bunch of treacherous bitches. You seditious traitors. These same bitches will take off and have parties for Martin Luther King Day, but then try to say he ain't a good man. Fuck you, B. Simone. First and foremost, If the CIA and the FBI was looking to defame these men, what truth in the matter is there? Hmm. Is it above the CIA and the FBI to fabricate stories and images? See, it's no different than these fucking movies that come out with these fucking strong, independent fucking warriors. It doesn't fucking exist. See, the problem with you men, you've done such a good damn job. Nobody realizes if you walk away from the situation, it all collapse. It's gonna all collapse. But these fence sitting motherfuckers will say one thing and then do a fucking complete 180 opposite. See, like the fence sitter Anna Mary, no complain about black men not working and having jobs because they gave them all to white women. They gave the scraps to black women. So that kind of balled us out the system. Look at the world now. How do you have nothing but bitches working Advance Auto? You ever been to Advance Auto lately? You're in line for 30 minutes and there's only three people. The bitches don't know their way around tools. They don't know their way around brakes. They don't even know brake fluid from the brakes. Pads. But then they'll accuse me of hating black women. But I'm like, no, I'm just telling the truth about you. When Mahogany was up here, I told her, I'm disappointed in you. I'm robbed. I'm robbed. How is it that my grandfather at least got a wife out the deal? At least if I'm gonna work 10 hours a day, I got a hot meal. I got my clothes washed, ironed. And by the way, my grandmother worked too. And then you stupid bitches rob yourselves out of men who should be capable of changing your oil and putting your brake pads on. But no, you raised them to be inert. You raised them to be cute, not functional. Hmm. I get tired being a smart man sometimes. I'm getting tired of noticing shit and everybody walking a good goddamn day about it. It's sickening, my dude. Common sense no longer rules the day. It's disgusting. It's pure disgust. You lie about being so educated. These simps will lie about you making this money. But what have you and your education done for the betterment of black people? Nothing. At all. It's disturbing. You don't even encourage your own damn kids you birth. You give your daughter's welfare dreams and your son's drug dealer ambitions. The only time you want your son out the house is when he's too damn big for you to manhandle. I think that's the real embarrassing part about it. Is that, you know what? You're the only group of women that your men do not want anymore. Your afterthoughts. You're mad about black men traveling. Every black man that travels doesn't trick. You're mad for the simple fact that black men actually have an option. You're pissed because when black men go out and see somebody living a better life and they want to obtain that, hmm, you don't even want to meet us halfway. Just like Mr. Z said on his line, a lot of these women are awkward and asexual. How can somebody who has something that men from 14 to 30 want uncontrollably can't even have sex? That's how pathetic you have become. See, people shit on, especially these male feminists, Mary, shit on Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels was the last big hope. Kevin Samuels should have been the Christ like figure for black women reformation. And I've said it once, and BGS probably said it even better. Kevin was the piece of fruit or the carrot, and the other hand, the black manosphere now is the bull rope. It's the bullwhip. When brothers actually said, you know what, I'm going to go against my programming, I'm going to start a business, finish my education or my trade, not worry about these chicks because, hey, I never seen a black man never really have a hard time getting vagina, so vagina will always be there. So when black men actually made that decision and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do me, that scared you. That scared you. Because now black men are not going off of their training, they're going off their ultra instinct. See the pun? They're going off their ultra instinct. They're not even doing it with conscious thought. They're just reacting. Oh, you don't want to do with me? Okay. I'm not going to bother with you. No, come back and argue with me. Show me that you love me. Nah, love is easy. Fighting's hard. Fighting's hard, my dude. Fighting's hard. Why fight for something that's not willing to fight for you? Why love something that doesn't want to love you? Why marry to somebody who wants to be a constant whore? This ain't hatred. This ain't even hatred. For all you detractors, this is not hatred. This is the realization and the proclamation of the downfall of the black society. When you refuse to give the kids to their fathers, you sealed the fate of your children. When you refuse to marry instead of carry, you doomed us all in this society. And when black men were told they weren't good fathers, they need to get up jobs, they need to get this, they need to get that, they took that, reflected on it, chewed on it for a minute, and accomplished it. You always got the ever evolving black man. Why do we always get stuck with the stagnant black woman? Tell me that, fence sitter. Tell me that, male feminist. How do you get blessed with a creature that can adapt and overcome, but this bitch get to be stagnant for 100 years? Matter of fact, she doesn't even become stagnant because stagnation, at least you're going to get the same every generation. What we got was a de-evolution. You just come out the house not giving a fuck. 400 pounds, hissy attitude, a gut that sticks out further than your titties. You can't smile. You yell at your children. You're insufferable. But these Ameri like niggas always want to big up you. I'm sorry. Here's the only big up you're gonna get. Thundercat, you ho. I want you to realize this. When are we gonna see a better product from you? When are we? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it will be comparable? At least when black men failed, at least when black men went to jail, we would sit down with little homies and be like, yo, you don't want this life. You don't want this life, yo. Go do something with yourself. You got a future ahead of you, kid. At least when we're in our worst pit, we encourage the boys to be great. But guess what? What did Queen Sunkiss admit? Who was the ones encouraging her to have a hot girl summer? It was the women. Women can know out of wedlock births. How do I know this? Easy. Women pick fathers, men pick wives. Well, here comes the mirror. Well, I thought that you need to prove it, man, because what you talking is pure bullshit. I said, I'll prove it, you crooked bastard. One, Exhibit A, Megan Good. Married for a decade, Devon Franklin filed for divorce because, in the ever so wise Charles Sr. would say, you give me a fine bitch and I'll give you a nigga sick of this shit. And guess what happens? She comes out saying right after she got divorced how she wants to have a kid. You can't make this shit up. Thank you, Kevin Samuels, for that. How do you want a kid when you didn't give the man a kid in your physical fucking prime 10 years ago? Megan's a few months older than me. Her birthday just passed. She turned 41. Yeah, she is still a fine bitch, but guess what? I don't care how good the outside look, how the inside's looking. You're automatically a geriatric pregnancy past 30, 32 if you're lucky. But that's the mentality of the average black woman right there. You want to have a baby after you were married? That might be true. Well, still milking those Shazam checks. Maybe she's milking that those cousin Skeeter checks too. those, what was it? What was that one movie? Biker Boys, roll bounce checks. Oh my god! Statement was to get back at him. You can't see. Here's the crazy part, right? Franklin stock rose because If I was married to one of the baddest bitches who ever walked the face of the earth for almost a decade, every other woman will bow to him. And remember, no homo, he's not a bad looking dude. He's not an out of shape dude. Most if he wasn't a man of the cloth and he walked into a nice lounge with a bunch of 30-year-old women, 30, 20-year-old women, maybe 40 at the tops, 45 at the tops, women be on his jock. Megan only solidified what he was. You could have had kids a minute ago. But guess what? Modern women practice fuck ups. Let me repeat myself because it's muted. This is the fuck up mentality of black women for 150 years. They only believe that family is the mother and child and the father's on the outside looking in. See, that lets you know modern women don't want to be married because marriage means you have to follow rules. You have to have obedience. That's why I'm not against the passport bros. If you can go to Brazil and find a much more cooperative woman, and remember, Brazil got more black people in its country than anywhere else outside of Africa. You have more black people there. You probably got like what 60 million blacks. And last time I checked, those black women in the Caribbean and the Brazilians are in way better shape, way friendlier, can cook, can clean, keep themselves up, and do a better job of what's here. Don't forget to hit the cash app, hit the super chat, hit the like button too as well. Share it with the people who need to hear this shit, please. This tells you that I'm so disappointed that the institution of marriage is not even respected by our women. Well, black men don't like to commit. Why should we commit to something that's going to quit on us? You got women out here with multiple kids thinking you're supposed to take on the roof, Chris. Ungrateful, undeserving. The mentality of chicks out here, they can have babies by who they want. There's supposed to be no ramifications. There's supposed to be no consequences. You'll have a baby by the dustiest nigga you want, but then you want a damn good nigga to come clean up his shit and take care of them kids. And you're not gonna give that man kids of his own. Fuck his legacy. You're right with this one. Love is the death of duty. Duty is the death of love. You can't have both. True shit. You can't. I'll leave that on there for a minute. What do we get out of it? Notice when black men started asking that one fundamental question, what the fuck we get out of this? That's when the problems started rising. Oh, what do you mean you should get out? Like, yes, a man should ask what a woman brings to the table, especially when he built the motherfucking table itself. Clown ass niggas. Motherfuckers want to be praised. I pay the bills in my house. Nigga, you supposed to. It's your house. I raise my kids. Like I said before last night, some of these niggas out here are whining about bitches and how to treat them so much they becoming bitches themselves. Well, that black man, he got to be forced to pay child support. Yeah, but guess who pays child support the least? Women. When they get court ordered to pay, they downright refuse to pay. That's why when Brittany Griner got arrested in Russia, I didn't feel sorry for her one bit. One, you were damn near a fucking seditious traitor to the fucking flag. You didn't have to salute the flag. You wanted a deal. You said America's this fucked up place. But the first motherfucker you got locked up in a Russian prison, you called Uncle Sam. It's your niece, Brittany. Can you come get me? I'll be good. I'll be good. Looking like a 6'9", size 15 feet slave over that bitch. And you seen the buck eyes that she have? And everybody was trying to say on Facebook, oh, this is so racist. No, nigga, it's called stop committing crimes in other countries and think you're going to get American preferential treatment, you dumbass. This is not fair. Life ain't fair, sweetie. It's not like the WNBA needed her presence. See, Brittany will always wanted the role and power of a man, but now she getting treated like one. She don't like that shit, does she? I bet you she got a Russia. She gonna pop a pair of titties in her chest. She gonna get a BBL. And you gonna see that motherfucker wear a mini skirt trying to get a man to take care of her when her playing days are gone. You know, I don't even think Vanderbilt would talk to her to be a spy, man. Vanderbilt be like, look, I don't know what this Mr. Man is. You come here, man with vagina. What are you doing? Why are you bring weed in my country? You know we don't like that here. Stuff from the Kremlin. The Kremlin like all the weed. That's where the party's held. But no, 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 no. You right there. You look like Red Sonia with a bigger dick. No, no, no. You go to prison now. We don't. We confused. We don't know if you go to women's prison or you go to the gulag. Even though you look like somebody whose nickname would be Gulag. God damn. I don't feel sorry for him. See, think about this. You have chicks who will condone the behavior of this shit and actually do. She shouldn't be in jail. It's only weed. Yeah, it's only Russian law. It's not like we could go over to Russia and be like, hey, you Russian, let that girl go. No. Okay, we tried. I bet you she gonna become back the most patriotic motherfucker ever. Man. Oh my goodness. I'm tired of these bitches who are so damn ugly that they had to be lesbian. Shit. They had no choice unless human compassion and human capacity be damned. Intestine is fucked. Oh man. I just enjoy this shit, man. She'll burn this flag, but guess what? Let the United States get her out in the next few months. You will see her in every patriotic commercial. Every time she comes out to the court, it's gonna look like a mini fucking Fourth of July parade. I love the United States, and she gonna buck her. Ooh, Lord, she gonna be doing Popeye's chicken commercials and shit, talking about how much she love the U.S. Oh, gotta get them Popeyes. Like, I love them Popeyes. Hey, we got fried chicken, American flags. Hell, we even put bald eagle with the motherfucker fit in the fry. Shit, come down. Thank you, America. We love you. Man, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. You ever notice when lesbians get in trouble, after they get out of trouble, they become very feminine? They'll start wearing dresses. They'll start trying to attract men because now they like, I can't do this independent shit no more. I will be an obedient woman. I remember when they read that sentencing out to Brittany, her eyes were cocked like a goddamn pistol, man. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's just funny. I bet you she's gonna be very feminine and very patriotic when she get out of this ordeal. It's always gonna be something fucked up. Yeah, she'll still try to burn it. And she does it good. Kick her right in the ass. That's a kick in the ass, man. I've never seen it. I've never seen it not happen. Every time they get in trouble, they get real feminine. And I'm supposed to believe this person who speaks out against the so-called evils are going to do some shit. Her sentencing was punishment, was principle, not punishment. We Americans get away with a lot of shit, and they made a point. Facts. Let her do her time. Let her do the time, man. It's not like she's having a sparkling record-setting career in basketball right now, anyway. Mm. I don't know what more to say to you guys. It's a regression of fucking values. No decent black man should have to be there and take this type of disrespect. If you find a black woman in this country that's decent, keep her, because you ain't gonna find another one. If black men want to trick or marry women overseas, let them. Mr. Z said Charles is. I feel bad for her. She's now being used by the Russians as a bargaining chip. Her arrogance and myopia as much the reason that she's in the position, but it's sad. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. When I traveled to Germany, which is very authoritarian, it's fun to be there, but it's very authoritarian. This happened to be, if I'm 40 now, this was 22 years ago. Okay. As a 16-year-old boy, a young man, whatever you want to call me, but I was 16, had the wherewithal to know that if I do something stupid here, there is no juvenile justice system that's going to baby me as it is in America. There's no excuse to be that type of an idiot, to be, what, helped in what way? I mean, really, we look at this shit and we say, hey, will there be any fanfare if this was a black man who did it over there? I'm going to tell you, LeVar Ball, his middle son, is lucky not to be in a fucking Chinese sweat house prison for them going to a store stealing in China. If you're caught embezzling money from a fucking system or a bank, they'll arrest you, try you, convict you, and most likely either put you in jail for 100 years, or the most likely thing will be done is put two bullets in the back of your head. What 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 can you say about that? Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna start signing off unless people want to come up here, because I know for one damn thing for certain, I want you to pay attention real close. In the next few weeks, I want you to go in the next few weeks and look at how there's some people going to say one thing on one panel and something on another. And the sad part, they won't even apologize and admit they were wrong for it. But definitely, thank you all who listened. And I'll probably do something in the morning. If I'm still up and bored, I might come back in and open up a panel. Till then, peace.